If you need motivation to create anything right now, I just found out that Keith Lee, food reviewer, content creator, entrepreneur, was on SNAP benefits just 3 years ago. 3 years ago. I'm not talking about 3 decades ago. 3 years ago, 2022. He just sat down to do an interview with Kev on Stage, another funny entrepreneur who I've seen grow over the years. And on this podcast, they talk about mostly like your failures, not necessarily what you've done right, because most podcasts always highlight the good stuff, right? But this podcast is called Not My Best Moment. Every interview so far has been a grand slam, in my opinion. And in this particular episode, he's interviewing Keith Lee, and they're talking about his journey with being a wrestler to being an MMA fighter professionally, having an eating disorder, then turning into this world-renowned foodie, content creator, food critic, Keith Lee, having the Keith Lee effect. But they focused more, because the show is called Not My Best Moment, based on Kev on Stage's book, Successful Failure, which I need to read, because if this podcast is anything like his book, I know it's going to be good. And they were talking about things that went wrong or weren't going the way you thought that they would before he quote unquote blew up and really made this into a career. And he was on SNAP benefits just 3 years ago. And in my mind, how I perceive Keith Lee is, I know he had it tough, from the small Paw Patrol chair to the apartment in Vegas. My mind didn't perceive it as just 3 years ago. I felt like I've been knowing Keith Lee. I've been following his journey for forever, and he found it and it worked. But you forget about the struggle, and we all have struggle. Some of us could be struggling right now tremendously, more than others. But if this isn't fuel for you to get yourself out of whatever situation you are, whether it happens overnight or in 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, are you willing to make that move? Are you willing to put in the effort? He was a boxer turned foodie, turned food critic, now he's acting. I'm pretty sure he's going to write a book one day, act in movies. Like, you just never know where your talents, your skills, or just simply showing up, even if you don't think you have a talent or a skill, will take you. I'm just so motivated. I had to come on it and post this because I get so deflated quickly when things don't pop off. And he's talking about he lost 40,000 followers because he took maternity leave, and he has 18 million followers. So if he still feels this way at that bigger scale, why would I give up when a video only gets 5 views? Does that make sense? Because for me, I look at it like, damn, like no one's watching my videos. I don't know. I get in my head and I get deflated. When in actuality, I'm practicing how I speak, my presence on camera, how I choose to show up or not show up. Will I be disciplined in this? If I say I'm going to do something, will I actually do it? Committing, time management. There's so many things that you can learn beyond just the views, beyond just the downloads or the subscriptions, subscribers. And I have to constantly remind myself that in the beginning of this journey of pursuing content creation full time. I don't know where it's going to take me, but I just know I have to do it and show up even when no one's watching, when no one's listening, when no one's paying attention. Because when that day hits, I need to be prepared. I need to be ready for my moment and my moments, okay? Moments. Because I believe in myself. But most of all, I believe in God. And I trust God. I love God. So why would I not show up? Why would I squander and waste God's time? So, man, I am motivated. Go watch that video. Check it out. Let me know what you think, what you got from it, if you were motivated, if you were excited. And if you want to talk about it, hit the comments. I'd love to hear from you. What is something you want to work on and focus on this year? You just have to show up. My last video from yesterday was all about just showing up. This is my exercise in showing up for myself in any capacity. Raw, uncut, unedited. Wearing the same thing back to back because it's cold in the house. or because I just don't feel like changing. That's the real me. Hair frizzy, although my hair has grown tremendously. Shout out to my vitamin D oil that my hairstylist suggested to me. Yuck. But anyway, that's all God. Yeah, go check it out. Let me know what you think. That was good. I can't believe he was on SNAP benefits just 3 years ago. I'm over here like, when will I ever pop off? I gotta do the work. I gotta get to work. See you guys. It's your girl Lilz. Subscribe, follow, comment.